Hello fellow coffee botherers. In this video I wanted to quickly cover a very common issue lots of people have been contacting me about recently regarding the Ninja Luxe Cafe 601 and 701. I did the Ninja Luxe Hacks video recently which should pop up here, and I'd highly recommend watching that if you have one of these machines. But over the past couple of months I've been getting one really common question, and I'm getting it so often that I thought it warranted an entire video on the subject, albeit a relatively short one. We have a section on the brew guides at cworks.co.uk/brew guides for the Ninja Luxe, and we have a category of beans that I've found work well with the Ninja Luxe at cworks.co.uk/NL. So naturally, we have a lot of customers who have these machines. And the most common question we're seeing at the moment is something like this. Kev, I have a subscription for chocolate fondant blend. I've been loving it, but the machine originally prompted me to grind size X and the results were great. Then out of the blue, the machine told me to start changing the grind size and it's never been as nice again. What's going on? So what is going on? Your machine has been a git. Maybe you swore at it in a bad mood one morning and it's getting its own back. It's one of the most common quirks with the Ninja Luxe Cafe machines. I think there are a couple of things going on that cause this, but the point is, it's wrong. What's the solution? I think the real solution is to understand what the grind size guidance is for. The grind size guidance is really designed to help you get roughly dialed in when you start using the machine and or when you switch beans. When you do switch beans, by the way, Ninja do state in the instructions that you should reset the barista assistance. So as far as I can tell, this feature is only really meant to work to get you close to being dialed in when you first use the machine or when you reset the feature when you switch beans. I don't think it's designed to be used for every shot, and I think it gets confused over time. So the best solution, in my opinion, is this. Make a few shots, follow the grind size suggestions until you're relatively happy with the results, then do this. Press and hold the drink size button, turn the dial to H3, turn off the grind adjustment suggestion, press the dial again to exit, done. Then the next time you switch beans or the next time you feel like you need to dial it again and you want the machine to help, just go into the advanced settings and turn it back on. I've just mentioned coffee beans, so this would be the perfect time to hear from our sponsor. The sponsor this week was supposed to be the publishers of a new book which claims there was once an ocean on the moon. But that's lunacy. So amazingly, this week's sponsor is me. My coffee beans from the Coffee Works are freshly roasted, delivered free via Royal Mail 24 tracked when you spend over £10. They're very reasonably priced and they're ace. Of course, I'm going to say that, but what would you say? Only one way to find out. Give them a try. And don't forget, we have recipes and guides for all of our coffees and specific guidance for using them with the Ninja Luxe machines at cworks.co.uk/brew guides. Where was I? Oh yes. Another solution. If that doesn't feel right, if you want the grind size suggestions on all the time, that's fine. Just ignore them if you're happy with the taste. If it's suggesting that you fix what isn't broken, just ignore it and be happy in the knowledge that it's just got its trolleys in a twist. It does that after a while until you reset it. No big deal. Then the next time you do want to dial in again, or when you switch beans, press and hold the drink size dial, turn it to H04, select yes to reset the grind size suggestions. Brucey bonuses. Grind size. Another very common question we're asked is the grind size for specific beans with the Ninja Luxe, and the answer is this is what the grind size recommendation is for. Reset the setting by pressing and holding the drink size button and selecting H04 and selecting yes, and then press the drink size button again to exit, and then make a few shots, then turn off the grind size suggestions once it's suggested a grind size that's getting you close to being dialed in. The reason we can't give grind size recommendations is that it's completely different from one machine to the other. If we give you a grind size recommendation based on this machine, yours could be completely different, and it defeats the purpose of the most interesting feature on this machine. Diagnosing the shot volume fault. Many of the people I hear from who have continual issues with their Ninja Luxe Cafe turn out to have a fault with the brew volume, and when they contact Ninja Kitchen support, they usually just swap out the machine. To check if your machine has this issue, wait or measure a few shots at the same strength setting. If the volume is changing a lot from shot to shot, meaning the weight of the espresso, contact Ninja Kitchen support or put a link in the description. Dialing in. If you want to dial in more precisely with this machine, you can. And if you're prepared to faff around a bit, this machine is actually capable of really consistent shot-to-shot quality. The main challenge is the shot volume. Start out with a target ratio, and if you're using Seaworks coffee, you'll find the suggested ratios at seaworks.co.uk/brew guides. This will often beat 36 grams for a 1:2 ratio from the 18 grams of coffee you'll get from this with the double shot basket. To get this every time, 1:2 ratio, use brew scales and grab the cup and the scales and move them out of the way once you're close to the desired volume. You can stop the shot manually, but you may find that if you do this, you end up with soggy pucks, because on some units at least, the three-way valve doesn't open when you stop the shot manually. Brew temperature. If you're struggling with harsh bitterness, try putting the machine on the low temperature setting. So there you go. I hope this helps. I really do hope it helps, because it would be great to reduce the number of times we're answering these exact same questions, roughly 2 billion per day. A lot. For loads more, see the Ninja Luxe Hacks video here. Thank you very much for watching, and a very special thank you to all the new channel members. If you want to join in the fun, click the join button down here. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to support the channel by clicking the subscribe button to make it change to say subscribed. Also, liking and commenting help too. Another way to subscribe is to click on my face. Tatty Bye.